Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, can everyone please pull out their copies of The Giver by Lois Lowry? Today we're going to be talking about interacting with text while you read it. Yes, Ramon.
What does that mean?
It means I want you to have a conversation with the story in the book. So, can anyone tell me what annotating means? Yes, Beth.
It means highlighting.
Yeah, highlighting is a very important part of annotating because it can help you note down important characters, themes, or big ideas that kind of go throughout the novel. But it can also mean that you're writing down notes in the margins that will help you write explanations, definitions of words, or any questions that you want to bring up the next day in class. So let's practice annotating with this passage that I pulled from The Giver. Can anyone read this for me? Ramon, thank you.
His childhood, his friendships, his carefree sense of security, all of these things seemed to be slipping away. With his new heightened feelings, he was overwhelmed by sadness at the way the others had laughed and shouted, playing at war. But he knew that they could not understand why without the memories.
Great, thank you, Ramon. Okay, so first off, does anyone have any words that they need to find? Beth.
What is heightened?
Heightened. Okay, great. So heightened means when something becomes more intense or stronger. So in the context of this passage, it means that Jonas's feelings were heightened, made more intense by the memories that were given to him by the giver. So let's make sure to annotate and write the definition next to the word. And let's circle this. Okay. So any other words that need defining? Nope? Okay. So can someone tell me one of the main themes that we've talked about throughout The Giver? Grayson.
Memories?
Memories, definitely. So are there any lines from this passage specifically that have to do with memories?
I think the last line.
Okay.
Because his memories are making him sad.
Yeah. So let's underline, they could not understand why without the memories. Let's use this last line to annotate because we've talked a lot about memories and how they can cause both happiness and pain. So in Jonas's society, they've chosen to remove the idea of memories altogether so that the people don't feel pain. But by doing this, they're making sure that they don't feel happiness as well, which is a high cost to pay. So, what quick note could we make next to this line that could help us kind of remember that theme and how this relates? Ramon.
Memories equal sadness?
Yeah, that's great. Memories equal sadness, but in the case of this book, they also give Jonas a lot of happiness as well. So memories don't just make him sad. So could you take it a step further? Yeah.
Memories equal stronger emotion?
Great, yeah. So memories are definitely making him feel things a lot stronger than he was before. Great. Are there any other lines from this passage that we could note or annotate that seem really important with themes? Beth, could you give us one?
These things seem to be slipping away.
All right. All of these things seem to be slipping away. I agree, but why?
Well, we talked about Jonas losing his childhood and having to grow up because of the memories.
Definitely. So what could we write to make sure we remember that theme of losing innocence in childhood?
He is growing up.
Okay, great. So he, and actually let's make sure to note who he is so we don't forget. So who's the he we're talking about?
Jonas.
Okay. Okay, so here we have some great examples of annotation. We have defining words, noting themes, and noting important characters and big ideas so that we better understand what the words are saying, and so that if we come back to the book later, we'll have a very clear idea of what we were thinking when we read it and what we need to note as important. All right, so now we're going to do a quick chant to one of my favorite songs, which is Wake Me Up, to help us remember annotating. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Feel my way through the reading, guided by my margin notes. I can't tell where the story will end, but I know where to annotate. Tell me I'm too young to annotate. Say I'm caught up in the plot. The book will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. and start to read. Woo!